Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside Thailand. Today's story hits hard. It's about a guy named Tony, a high powered Aussie exec who retired with millions in the bank but ended up losing over 6 million baht to a Thai woman he trusted. This isn't just about money, it's about heartbreak, betrayal, and the kind of lesson that leaves you bitter and broken even when you're still financially fine. If you think you know the Thailand love game, think again. This story will make you question everything. Trust me, you'll want to hear this all the way through. It's real, it's harsh, and it hits hard. Hey mate, I've been watching your channel for a while now, and I figured it's time I share my own story. It's not a sob story, and I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm still doing alright, financially speaking. I've got a condo in Chiang Mai, a motorbike that runs most days, and I'm not begging for spare change on Beach Road. But emotionally, I'm gutted, still. And I'm not sure I'll ever fully bounce back from it. You see, I used to be someone, not a celebrity or anything, just one of those guys who made it big in the background. I was a senior executive at a major tech firm in Melbourne, VP of operations, board meetings, international flights, stress levels through the bloody roof. I lived on black coffee and adrenaline for 25 years. I did well, invested smart, mostly in boring stuff, real estate, ETFs, later got into crypto before it all went mad. Retired at 58 with just over 4 million Australian dollars to my name. Not bad for a guy who failed year 10 maths. Now here's the kicker. I was brilliant in boardrooms, but absolutely hopeless with women. Always have been. I was married once, back in my 40s, but she left me for a bloody Pilates instructor named Trent. Can't blame her, really. I was married to the job more than her. After that, I threw myself even harder into work, promotions, deadlines, trying to out-earn my loneliness. When I retired, I told myself I'd finally live, do the things I missed, travel, sleep in, eat something that wasn't microwaved, maybe even meet someone, a woman who liked me for me, not my LinkedIn profile. So I came to Thailand. My mate Rick had been here a dozen times and always came back with a stupid grin and sunburnt feet. Said it was like retiring in paradise, if paradise also served coal beer and foot massages on demand. And you know what it was? At first, I landed in Phuket, rented a condo with a sea view, joined a gym, started golfing again, ate ridiculous amounts of mango sticky rice, thought I'd cracked the code, while all my mates back home were bitching about rising prices and hip surgeries. I was drinking cocktails by the pool with a smile on my face and a breeze on my bald spot. But here's where it starts. This is the bit I still think about most nights. Because even now, even knowing what I know, I miss it. I miss the feeling, the rush, that dumb, warm, beautiful illusion. I met her 2 months in, at a beach bar. She worked at this little bar right off the beach in Karon, not one of the loud tourist traps with the neon signs and drunk Russians, but a quiet, tucked-away place with rattan chairs and overpriced mojitos. I'd been in there a couple times already. The staff were friendly, mostly ignored me, which I liked, to be honest. I wasn't there for the attention. I just liked watching the waves and pretending I had a personality outside of quarterly reports. Anyway, one night, I'm halfway through my second Leo when she walks up and says, "You alone, handsome?" Now I've had girls say similar things to me in Bangkok, always followed by a price, but this was different. She wasn't dressed like the other girls. No high heels or 6 layers of mascara, just jeans, a loose blouse, and a kind smile. Her name was Noi. She said she was 32. Beautiful. Not just in the obvious way, though let's be honest, she was, but there was something soft about her. Something that made you feel safe. Or stupid. In my case, both. She sat down next to me uninvited and just started chatting. Not flirty, not pushy. Just asking where I was from, if I liked Thailand, what I did before retiring. Told her I used to be a VP at a tech company. She goes, VP? Like very powerful? We both laughed. God help me, I think that's when I started falling. She told me she worked part-time at the bar but didn't like it. Said she used to study accounting in Bangkok before her dad got sick and she had to move home. Claimed she hated the bar scene. Too many drunk Farang, too many lies, she said. I bought her a drink, then two, then dinner the next night, then breakfast the morning after that. Within a week, she was staying at my place every night, cooking Thai omelettes, making coffee just the way I like it, 2 sugars, no milk. She'd kiss me on the shoulder while I sat on the balcony scrolling the news, called me Tony T. Rack, my darling Tony. And Jesus, mate, I fell for it. I wanted to fall for it. I remember telling myself, maybe it's just luck. Maybe I actually found one of the good ones. It was so easy to believe her. She never asked for money, never pushed me. She was funny, affectionate, smart enough to talk to me about business, but sweet enough to act like she still needed me to explain things. Looking back, that was probably her best move. She never asked. I just offered. I was like a dog who finally found someone willing to scratch behind my ears, and I rolled over immediately. One night we were sitting on the balcony, having a glass of wine, red, even though she hated it, and she looked me right in the eyes and said, "You are not like other men." I believed her. God help me, I really did. For the first time in my life, I felt like I was in a proper relationship. Not a business transaction, not some awkward Tinder date. A real, honest-to-God partnership. We started doing everything together. Morning walks on the beach, Thai markets in the afternoon, little weekend getaways, Samui, Chiang Mai, Hua Hin. I remember she'd hold my hand in public like it was nothing. Thai girls don't always do that, especially not with older Farang like me, but she did. She even came golfing with me once. Sat in the cart wearing a ridiculous pink sun hat, sipping coconut water and pretending to care about my swing. When I hit a decent shot, she clapped like I'd just won the Masters. I felt younger, lighter. She got me doing yoga in the mornings. Me, a bloke who used to yell at interns for scheduling meetings before 10 a.m. There I was, half naked in my condo living room, trying to touch my toes while she giggled and corrected my posture. She'd cook Thai meals most nights, always said she loved to cook for me because I never complain like Thai men. I'd eat damn near anything she put in front of me, even the weird fermented fish stuff. Smelled like death but tasted all right after 2 Leos. We laughed a lot. That's what kills me the most looking back. It wasn't just sex and smiles. We actually laughed at the dumbest things. One time I slipped on the bathroom tiles and knocked over a whole rack of her skincare crap. I thought she'd be furious. Instead, she stood over me, howling with laughter, then sat down next to me and kissed my head. I thought, this is it. This is what I missed. I even caught myself looking at engagement rings online one night. I didn't buy anything, but I browsed, and that alone scared me, because I hadn't thought about marrying anyone since my ex left me for that yoga dickhead Trent. But with Noi, it just made sense. We'd go out, and she'd cling to my arm like I was some movie star. I knew people looked at us. Older guy, young, pretty Thai woman. I didn't care. I told myself they were just jealous. We made plans. Maybe get a little house near Chiang Mai. Open a small cafe or guest house. Nothing too flashy. Just something ours. She said, "I want to take care of you forever, Tony." And I believed her, with everything in me. I'd gone from PowerPoint presentations and corporate warfare to foot massages and giggling about which fruit looked like a penis at the morning market. It was like I'd found a whole new life, a better one. But mate, I didn't realise then. I wasn't building a future. I was walking straight into a bloody trap, smiling. After a couple of months, Noi started talking more about her family. I'd ask simple stuff. Where are your parents? Or, do you have brothers and sisters? And she'd answer with this soft, sad little smile and say, maybe one day I'll show you. She said they were from Isan, small village, no money. Mum had health problems. Her dad died when she was a teenager. She was the oldest, had been working since she was 16. Said she dropped out of school to help her mum raise her younger siblings. Now, if you've spent more than 5 minutes in Thailand, you've probably heard some version of that story. But when Noi told it, she didn't beg. She didn't cry. She just told it like it was. No drama. Just life. And that made me want to help. So after a bit of gentle prodding, only if you want, Tony, no pressure, we booked a flight to Ubon Ratchathani and then drove another 2 hours out into the rice fields. Mate, when I say poor, I mean poor. I've been to a lot of rough places in my travels, but this was something else. Dirt floors, tin roof. The whole house looked like it would fall over if you farted too hard inside it. But they were all there, mum, younger brother, 2 sisters, an uncle, a baby. I couldn't quite figure out the relation to, and they treated me like royalty. Giggling, bowing, bringing out plates of food I couldn't pronounce. Her mum actually cried when she saw me and said something in Thai that Noi later translated as, "You're like an angel from the sky." It was awkward as hell, but I smiled through it, ate what they gave me, and let the kids climb on me like I was some sort of visiting Santa Claus. When we got back to Phuket, she didn't ask for anything. But a few days later, she casually mentioned her mum needed a new roof before rainy season. Just a quick comment over breakfast, like, "Oh, my mum's house leaks every time it rains. But it's okay. We are strong. We survive." I wired 50,000 baht to her without blinking. A week after that, her sister needed help with school fees, 10,000 baht. Then an uncle with stomach problems, hospital bill, 15,000 baht. A cousin's bike broke down. Her brother needed new glasses. Her mum's meds ran out. It wasn't every day, and it was never big enough to feel like a scam, just enough to feel like family. That's how they get you, isn't it? They don't come at you with a sob story and a price tag. They let you offer. They make you feel like a hero, like you're doing something meaningful. And the truth is, I liked it. I liked being the one who could help. I spent 30 years making rich companies richer. Now here I was, actually doing something good, something real. At least that's what I told myself. Looking back, I was sponsoring a goddamn village, and I had no bloody clue. I think the salon idea came up over drinks one night. Just the 2 of us, sitting on the balcony, her legs across my lap, Leo in hand, breeze coming in off the ocean. One of those nights where everything felt perfect. She was talking about her future, said she didn't want to work in bars forever, said she was tired of being looked at like a product. She wanted to feel proud, to build something for herself, something her mum could be proud of too. And I believed her. Why wouldn't I? She said she'd always dreamed of opening a salon, nails, hair, maybe even massages later on. She could hire her cousin, her sister, help the family and stand on her own. Now here's the thing, when a woman you love talks about dreams like that, you don't see the risk. You see purpose. You see your own good intentions bouncing back at you like a mirror. I said, "Let's do it." She lit up like a bloody Christmas tree, jumped in my lap, kissed my face, called me her hero. Over the next 2 months, I watched us pour money into it. We found a little shopfront on a side street near Kata. Good foot traffic, enough space for 3 chairs, 2 manicure stations, and a little back room for storage or maybe massages later. I paid the deposit, covered the renovations, bought all the equipment, let her pick the colours, pink walls with gold trim, tacky as hell, but she loved it. Got her a proper POS system, training materials for the girls, even paid for a graphic designer to make her a logo. Noise, beauty and nails? Total cost in the end? Just under 2.7 million baht. I didn't bat an eye. She posted photos on Facebook. My dream is real. Thank you, my love Tony, for believing in me. Hundreds of likes, dozens of comments from Thai friends and mystery relatives I'd never heard of. First couple weeks, it actually looked like it might work. She hired 2 girls. They got a steady stream of walk-ins. I'd pop in every now and then to bring coffee or check how things were going. She'd act sweet, introduce me to the customers as my husband, which gave me butterflies at the time, even though we weren't married. Then came the late nights. She started coming home later and later, said she was working hard, managing inventory, running errands. I believed her. Then she started staying at the salon overnight, or so she said. Too tired to ride home, she'd text me, just sleep at shop tonight. Don't worry, Naka. I did worry, but I didn't say anything because deep down I didn't want to know. Then there was this guy, always there when I visited, young Thai bloke, tatted up, rides a crappy Honda with a loud muffler, always grinning, called her Noi Noi like they were childhood mates. She said he was her cousin. I asked, cousin from where? She just laughed and said, oh, Tony, you jealous. So cute. I wanted to believe her. So I did. I told myself I was imagining things, that I was being paranoid, that love means trust, that she wouldn't. Turns out she bloody well would. It was a Tuesday night. I remember that because I had plans to meet a mate for dinner, Bill, a retired copper from the UK, but I cancelled. Something felt off. Noi had told me she'd be staying at the salon again, said she had inventory coming in late. Big delivery. I sleep there tonight. Too late to come back. But I'd already driven past earlier that day. The place was spotless. No boxes. No signs of any shipment. Just her scooter parked outside and the lights off. So yeah, something in my gut twisted. You know that feeling when you don't want to know the truth, but some sick part of you already does? I didn't text her, didn't call. Just waited until about 11:30, hopped on my bike and rode down near the salon. I parked a few shops away and sat in the dark like some sad old private investigator. Around midnight I saw her. She wasn't coming out of the salon. She was coming out of the cheap hotel around the corner, walking hand in hand with the cousin. They were laughing. He had his arm around her waist. She leaned in, kissed his neck. He smacked her arse. I swear to God I felt my heart physically stop for a moment. I didn't confront her. I couldn't. I just sat there, frozen, while they got on his bike and rode off like it was any other night in their perfect little scam romance. I went home, poured a glass of whiskey and stared at my ceiling fan until the sun came up. She came home around 9 a.m. next day, acting tired. Said the delivery came late. Said she barely slept. Kissed me on the cheek, made me breakfast. Like nothing happened. I asked her straight out, where were you last night? She blinked, didn't even flinch. At salon, why? I said, I saw you, Noi. I saw you with him. Her face changed instantly. The mask dropped. What you mean? She snapped. You follow me? You spy me like dog? She went off, turned the whole thing around, accused me of being controlling, jealous, Said I didn't trust her. Said I was crazy. Tears, yelling, throwing her bag on the floor. The whole performance. I just stood there, watching it unfold like a bad soap opera. Eventually she stopped, looked at me with this blank expression and said, "You believe what you want. I don't care." She walked into the bedroom, slammed the door. I sat in the kitchen and stared at my phone for an hour. She came out later, acted like nothing happened, asked if I wanted lunch. I said no. She kissed me on the cheek again and left. That was the last time she ever touched me. From that day on, something in the air between us went cold. We still lived together for another couple weeks. She'd come and go, barely speak to me. I didn't ask questions. I didn't check the bank account. I just watched it all die in silence. Because admitting what she'd done out loud would have meant admitting what I'd allowed. She left like she came, quietly without warning. I came back from Big C one afternoon with a bag of groceries. I remember it clear as day. Some eggs, instant noodles, 2 cans of Leo, and that damn coconut yogurt she always liked. I walked through the front door and stopped dead in my tracks. The wardrobe was open, empty. All her clothes, her bags, even her bloody pink slippers, gone. No note, no message. Just gone. Only thing left behind was her stupid little Hello Kitty hairbrush on the bathroom sink. I checked my phone, nothing. Checked the salon, locked up, chairs still there, but no sign of her. One of the neighbours told me she'd seen Noy loading stuff into a van the night before. Thought we were moving shop. Nah, she was just moving on. A few days later, I found out through the grapevine she'd gone to Bangkok with her cousin. Apparently they were starting over. New salon, new flat, new chapter. And me? I was just the idiot she used to fund it all. I never saw a single baht back from that 2.7 million. Didn't even try to get it. What's the point? There's no legal paperwork, no contract, no prenup. Just trust. Just a handshake and a kiss, and a stupid old fool thinking he was helping the woman he loved. The worst part, I didn't even feel angry. I felt empty, embarrassed, like the kind of mug you see at bars in Patong, the ones who've clearly been cleaned out but are still wearing the cheap gold chain she bought them for Christmas. I stopped going out, stopped answering mates, didn't leave the flat for a week. I just sat there replaying everything in my head. Every night we laughed, every lie she told, every time I looked the other way because I wanted to believe in love. It wasn't even about the money. I could afford the loss. I'd made good investments back home, still had enough to live on. I wasn't broke, not in the bank, but inside I was skint, wiped out, and I swore to myself, never again. Never again would I fall for the big smile and soft voice and sob story about mum needing heart surgery or dreams of a better life. Never again would I let someone into my world who saw me as nothing but a bloody ATM. She didn't just take the money. She took the last part of me that believed I could be loved for who I am, not for what I could pay for. It's been 2 years since she left. And yeah, I still think about her. Not every day. Not like before. But sometimes when I walk past that massage shop down the Sui and I see a girl laughing with a foreigner, I feel it. That little sting in the chest. Not jealousy, not heartbreak. Just this deep, bitter knowing. Knowing exactly how that bloke feels right now. Hopeful, flattered, maybe even lucky, and knowing exactly how he'll feel a few months from now when the mask slips. I don't date anymore, not even for fun. No bar girls, no dating apps, no casual flings. I'm done. I don't even blame them really. Not all Thai women are like that. I know that. I've met some kind, genuine ones since. But the trust? That part of me's dead. And to be honest, I kinda miss who I was before all this. I used to be a hopeful bastard. Late bloomer, sure, always put career first. But I thought I still had time to find someone, you know. I thought Thailand was going to be my second chance. Romance in the land of smiles. Instead, it just wiped the smile off me. Now I sit in my little condo, sip my coffee in the morning, and scroll past the stories on Facebook. The ones from new expats arriving wide-eyed and excited. I met the most amazing Thai girl. She's different. She's not like the others. Yeah, mate, so was mine. So were all of them. Until they weren't. I don't post, I don't comment. I just scroll. Let them have their turn. Let them learn. And I'll tell you what hurts most, mate. It's not the money. It's not even the betrayal. It's realising you were never in love. You were in a transaction. And the only one who didn't know it was you. So why am I even telling you all this? I guess because if someone had sat me down a few years ago, looked me dead in the eye and said, Tony, she doesn't love you. She loves your lifestyle. Maybe I would have heard it. Maybe I would have paid attention. Or maybe not. Truth is, most of us don't learn by listening. We learn by losing. But if you're sitting there now, maybe in the early days with a girl who's sweet and kind and calls you Tirak every 10 minutes, let me just say this. Slow the fuck down. If she's moving too fast, there's a reason. If she's calling you her husband after 3 dates and asking about visa options before dessert, wake up. If she cries about her sick mum, her drunk ex, her broken dreams, and you find yourself reaching for your wallet instead of your senses, step back. I'm not saying all Thai women are out to take you. I'm saying some are. And if you're lonely, if you've lived your life chasing money and now want love, you're the perfect target. They know what you want to hear. They know how to look at you. They know when to cry. They know how to cook your favourite meal, rub your shoulders, and whisper just enough dreams in your ear to make you forget you're being fleeced. It's not evil. It's survival. But either way, you lose. Thanks for sharing your story, Tony. Stories like this aren't easy to share, especially for blokes like Tony, who've spent a lifetime building themselves up only to have it all chipped away by someone they trusted. But that's what Inside Thailand is about. Real voices, real heartbreak, real lessons. If this one hit home or made you think twice about the path you're on, do me a favour, give it a like, hit subscribe and drop a comment below. I read every single one. And if you've got your own story, whether it's painful, funny or downright insane, send it in. You're not alone out here. We're all learning the hard way. Until next time, keep your wits sharp, your wallet closed, and your heart guarded. See you in the next one.